was a cold winter night when David found himself sitting alone on a park bench, staring at the empty streets ahead. Life had never been kind to him. His dreams of becoming an artist had faded long ago, buried under the weight of rejections and failures. Now, jobless and homeless, he wondered if he even had a purpose in this world. "Why me, God? Why does everything I touch turn to dust?" he whispered into the silence. His breath formed a mist in the freezing air, disappearing as quickly as it came. He had lost all hope. It felt as though God had forgotten him. Just as he was about to close his eyes in exhaustion, he heard the sound of footsteps. An elderly man, wrapped in a thick coat, approached him and offered a warm smile. "Tough night, son?" the old man asked. David hesitated, then nodded. "More like a tough life." The old man sat beside him. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "There was once a young man who worked day and night sculpting a masterpiece. He spent years perfecting every detail. One day, as he was almost finished, the sculpture cracked, shattering into 100 pieces. Heartbroken, he wanted to give up. But a wise man told him, "The beauty of a masterpiece isn't in its perfection, but in its resilience. Build again, and this time, the cracks will tell a greater story." David listened, his heart stirring. "What happened to him?" he asked. "He rebuilt it," the old man replied, smiling. "And it became more beautiful than before." You see, sometimes what seems like an end is just the beginning of something greater. God has a plan for you, David. Even in your darkest moments, He is shaping you into something extraordinary. David blinked, stunned. "How do you know my name?" The old man simply smiled and pointed to a nearby church. "Come inside. You'll find warmth, food, and maybe even a new purpose." Hesitant but hopeful, David followed him inside. As he stepped through the doors, a strange feeling of peace washed over him. Maybe, just maybe, his story wasn't over yet. And for the first time in years, David dared to believe that God still had a plan for him.